Here we are. It's the super dark, and you know what I do this early, so let's go see what the flea market's got.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
There is a light dew about the field, some mist, and a lot of vendors lined up to get in, and a lot of vendors in there already, so hopefully we can find some cards today. There we are. All right, so we got some magic cards. Let's see what we got in here. All right, so he wanted 10 bucks, and for that price, I didn't even look through it. It had an older theme deck, which, you know, is cool in and of itself. Whatever, I'm sure I'll get 10 bucks out of that. I looked through one of the pockets and there's a rare in there. So if there's rares, there may be more. Yes, the pad and U-Force. Yes, I do believe that is our first piece of the day. Look at these tickets. There's some crazy stuff there, huh? Fish and whatnot.
What's that?
These tickets, yeah, you know, they started grading them.
Oh, well, yeah. Anything to make money.
I know. 2 little ones. There you go, some goosebumps. Look at this, like, art show right here.
Look at down that way. I got magic down there.
Yeah. And, like, okay, it's the first time I've seen these crafts. Tire chairs. I see. All right, so those 2 boxes were a bunch of, not the best sets, but not the worst sets. It's like Origins, Innistrad, Cons. We'll go through it at home. But I didn't really look at it. I just saw that there were a couple of rares in the Origins. Looks like packs were just ripped and jammed in there because they were in great quality as well. I mean, the boxes were like half full with crap like pamphlets, you know, the books that come with it, and yeah, and land packs. But I think I overpaid, but you know, I paid a little bit higher based on the fact that Cons is in there. Maybe there's some fetches. I paid $26 for the both of them. He didn't have a single, but yeah, so that's where we're at. 2 purchases so far. You'll shoot your eye out, but that's cool. Pete would have liked this one. Sick. A lot of games and stuff. There you go, in the boxes. That's sick.
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
That's awesome. It plays mini tapes, huh? That's pretty freaking cool.
A mic up to it and everything.
Yeah, well, those mini tapes were specifically for audio. Yeah, so like that's kind of crazy. That's pretty interesting. You don't see the boombox for the mini tapes. That's definitely different. Yeah, that's crazy. See, that's the thing about buying stuff other than cards. Like this guy's whole area just smelled of mothballs. Imagine you're buying clothing. That's rough. Ooh, what do we got there? Yes, that looks so great. The wall of CDs. There you go, $5 bag of magic cards. Let's see what we got here. So I do that sometimes. Oh, look, there's all the screws you need for your maintenance. Those cards were, you know, basically worthless. I'll talk about this later, but he brought them and pointed them out for me. Maybe in the future he'll do the same. And so I bought them for $2. Nothing crazy, but definitely nothing in there that I really want at all. So yeah, hopefully he'll keep bringing them. All right, that was a good conversation with my buddies. He said he's got a binder for me and a box of lands. Maybe they're good lands too, you know. I might take them, but he knows lands are, you know, there's not a lot of value in lands, so whatever. He said he's got a binder with it, which is awesome. Let's see what we got. Hey, a couple of cards. Oof. This set right here, not known for great cards. I'm surprised there's actually a rare in there, but you know, nothing great. How you doing? Hey, everybody's got magic today. Let's see what we got. Awesome. Oh, we got Yu-Gi-Oh here. Dark Energy. So, problem with Yu-Gi-Oh is I know nothing about it.
You and me both.
Absolutely nothing. All right, there's 15 minutes left to go through the whole thing again because, you know, only half the people were unpacked, so oh boy, gotta kick it into high gear. Candyland. Here you go. We got some Star Wars posters. Pretty cracked. So much goosebumps today. Starlog magazine. James bought some old stuff next to some old school pinups. It's like a strange art museum here today at the flea market. Why are there always creepy dolls at the flea market? There he is, the legend himself. Freaking Leonard Nimoy. Awesome. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I know someone who loves Snoopy who might like this. Be back to Hun with Liberty Bonds. Yeah. Buy Liberty Bonds. Clear the way. Buy bonds, Fourth Liberty Loan. Kinda like the lamp. I don't know. All right, so this is the binder my buddy had, which is awesome. It's older stuff. I mean, this is like what I see a lot. Like someone put their whole collection in here. There's nothing too crazy, but there's a couple of cards. You know, a couple of dollars in value here and there. Counterspell. There's a Goblin Lore in here. Enough. I picked it up for $10, which is, you know, kind of splitting it down the middle. But that's where we want to be at. Cool stuff though. All right, we'll check it out at home. Yes, I found my poison cabinet. I got my olive loaf. I got my breakfast. And my heavy ass bag of magic cards. It is time to go home. Doesn't get much better than that at the flea market. Gorgeous day. Finding some cards. Get a good walk in. Catch up with some buddies. Yeah, that was nice. Successful live stream. Let's go home and see what we got in these mystery lots. Yes. So we are live. You can see the wheel. It's here during a rip and ship, but we're filming a sort of some flea market cards that I got. I got this box for $10. It is a magnetic case that in and of itself I think is something. So first of all, I'm going to just remove all the cards. And, you know, when I asked him how much, and he said $10, and I saw this, I'm like, you know what? $10, I'll do it. Even if, like, that's all there is in there is that deck, or most of it, that's still, like, decently pretty much $10. What's up, coach? I am sorting. Okay, so let's do this. Oh, whoa. All right, so yeah, I got this for $10 at the flea market. It came with this 7th edition deck that I guess something rough happened to these cards, which is a shame, and you'll see why in a minute. Oh no, this is separate cards that are in there. Okay. Creeping Mold. Goblin Legionnaire, Swelter. Whoa, look at that, a ripped card. Let's just... I mean, these cards aren't worth considering. They're pretty rough right there. But this is pretty nice. You even get the foil 7th edition land. So, hey, Paul, how you doing? Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. Hold on, I'm here. Hold on, you're here. We're all here. Hey, Paul! You know, when you gotta do it, you gotta do it. All right, so we had this little batch of rough cards and a Creeping Mold that isn't rough. Or no, it belongs with them. And then a nice little precon, which I'm good with for $10 in and of itself, you know? So we'll see what else is there. You know I gotta do it, Paul. Alright, so Theros Beyond Death. Okay. And what these two are these lands, and you know these are $1 each or so. Ravnica Allegiance, or the other one right then and there. I don't know, Guilds of Ravnica. They're not great in terms of commons and uncommons. So when I look through them, I go through them pretty quick. I mean, sometimes a card will pop, and I may not be taking that into account, but I don't think so. Okay. We got our first rare. You know, we got rares, which is for $10 for all this, and there's rares in it. I will take it. I'll take it. All right. We got a foil. Like that matters for Theros Beyond Death, you know? Paul always gets that axe. Another rare. It was fate. We were watching that. The wife and I were watching that, and Paul, I was newish to streaming, and Paul had been a regular for a while. And so this is when I first started doing clips. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. Imagine not being left-handed and having to sort them upside down to immediately see the set symbol. Hey, man, I'm right-handed. This is, it just makes sense to do this, though. I don't know. The world's a different place for right-handed people than it is for left-handed people. We got some rares here, guys. I don't know if any of them are any real value, but hey, to have a small stack of rares for $10, I'll take that risk without looking them up. I'm good. We got Eldraine here, and I know there's a couple of bucks in the common and uncommon slots, but I do that at another time. Like this Mystic Sanctuary, I think is $1. Oh, I gotcha. So you're doing it backwards like this, upright, seeing the set symbol. Oh, that's sick. That actually helps. There you go. Castle Lochthwain, couple of bucks. We've got a lot of M19 lands. Another rare. And another rare. Another rare. All right. So that small lot for $10, basically, I come out with a precon, couple of dollar lands, and this small stack of rares we'll take a look at. Prodigious Growth, Palaka Worm. I love it. The Palaka. Grave Waker, Galta, Verdant Sun's Avatar. We got a foily, Castle Lochthwain, which is a couple of beans, Witch's Vengeance, Burning Sun's Avatar, the old Dragon, Sarah's Guardian, Demanding Dragon, Citywide Bust, Risk Factor, Thrix, the Sudden Storm. We got a foil of Farika's Spawn, which is, I don't know, you see that character in an alleyway, you definitely go the opposite direction, am I right? And then you got Connive and Concoct. So for $10, what do you guys think? Yay or nay? Would you have done it? Alright, let me put this aside. Let me pause the recording for a second or two. I'm recording now, everybody that's live, so yes. You see this? $45.45. I did not pay $90 for this, okay? I paid $20. And again, I did this half blind in that when I was there, I searched half of one of these and I saw rares. And then I saw what was like, I saw the top of what was in the rest. And I'm like, okay, for $20, that's worth it. Okay? So that's the background on this one. Let me put this one aside. Now, this is the $20 lot of last week. This week's lot is crazy. It's tiny and like dense. There's like a meaty segment. Okay. Innistrad. We got some precons. You know, when you see precons, you know that there's a couple of beans there. You know what I mean? And you got your little box. This box alone is a good $5. $5. All right. Innistrad, we know. Hey, right off the bat, a Graph Digger's Cage. That's a couple of bucks, right? So, yeah, there we go. We have M13 cards as well, which we know can have a couple of dollars. You got Ravenous Rats there. Isn't that a buck or something like that? Let's put that down. But, yeah, so when you see a couple of things like that and then you get offered the price that I did, I think it's kind of like a... Like, there's no reason to think about it, especially with the fact that you got more of the flea market to see, and, like, you don't want to spend your whole time searching one lot. If that's a decent enough of a deal, then why not, you know? I have not made one of these in ages. How's it going? What's fun tonight? Oh, well, we got good stuff. Let me actually... Now's a good time to discuss that while he's asking... Hold on. Well, we got Gem of Becoming, a foil from M13, which is sick. All right. Hold on. Let me stop. Okay, I just gave the lowdown to the chat in the live stream. So, yeah, it's pretty interesting so far. Stefan got in on the wheel, which thank you, Stefan, for breaking it in. That was good. So there's an interesting mix of cards. I guess it's the right, like they're all the same era, so it makes sense, right? You can see I separated out here. This is a theme deck. You need the foil Gem of Becoming. Really? Oh, Temporal Mastery. There you go. Is that a couple of beans, right? Arachnamoeba. Oh, if there's something like simple stuff from M13, like isn't there Brainstorm in the set and things like that? So a couple of easy bucks. You know, I love and hate to see a stack of lands. It's easy to sort. But it's also like I just got a stack of lands. Oblivion Ring. There was a time when I would have put aside the Oblivion Ring, but we're not going to do that tonight. Things have changed. That used to be like, what, an $8 freaking common? Crazy, right? And don't always assume that these are what the boxes say they are. You know, I've seen many times with not only just completely different cards or like somebody's deck or something in there, but I've seen them like improved, modified in a good way. Like, yeah, so it's kind of interesting. It can go either way. It can go either way. I mean, we are getting through this quick, guys. Is it versus Golgari? Okay, this is the one with those. It's got the rares in it. Yeah, and it's even got the foil mythic. It's in great shape, so... Yep. I am happy with this. Yeah, very nice. Okay. So this for 20 bucks, both these boxes. So basically, this is 10 bucks right here. Okay, I hate it when it gets caught on that back flap. Let's see what's in here. All right, hopefully this is just the... oh, you got M13 cards. Elvish Visionaries.
Okay, now this is why there's cards that are loose like that. I get it now. It's interesting how people keep their collections, guys, you know? Oh, isn't that Moon Mist? And this is always a buck. Farseek. Moon Mist is a card that just happened. Hey, there you go. Foil rare. Feed the pack. Okay. Oh, Life from the Loam. Isn't that a few beans? This one? Like, from this particular... I imagine it is. Life from the Loam is always a couple of bucks. That's pretty sweet. A Life from the Loam. I will take it. And I'll add these cards to it. Put it in here. Very nice. Alright. Life from the Loam. So, far, we got this. Let's put that aside. Let's get the box. What's in the box? That's what's in the box. Alright. I like a good mystery box because I really only get them if the price is like, you know, why not? So, most of the time, it's just like a good surprise. You know, these mystery boxes are fun. Okay. Next box. Box number 2. We got land packs. Both of them are from Origins. We got a stack of cards. We got 1 and 2 deck boxes with cards in them. Land packs, whatever, couple of bucks. Hey, I'll take the $4, Coach. Thank you for posting that. All right. Let's go through. I know there is a uncommon from Cons Dark Deal. That is a couple of bucks. And there are a couple of them from Origins that are a couple of bucks. Blue and green cards. Sphinx Tutelage. And I'll know it when I see it. So, yeah, we're looking out for a couple of different cards. But, yeah, this is a nice little mix. And so, okay, so this was the box that I opened. And so when I saw Cons and Fate Reforged, I immediately thought fetch lands. And that's the reason why I'm like, all right, $20, I'll do it. I love basic lands, Stefan says. I mean, in the place of good cards, you don't like them. But, like, for free on top of the good cards, it's a whole other story. I get that. There you go, your first rare. Okay, there's nothing great in that. A second rare. It's good to have rares, though. Alright, so we got some rares here. I think I saw like 1 or 2. Oh, okay. A little stack of rares. I saw 1 or 2 originally, and that's when I had gotten in. Alright. I'm like, alright, couple of rares. We got Cons, $20 for both boxes. I'll do it. Prized Unicorn. Right? Like, you know, tell me, what would you have done? Would you have stayed and looked through the whole thing and, you know, and had, like, spent all that time when you could have been looking for more? You never know what's out there, guys. And, yeah, you gotta be getting at it because people show up, right? But they don't start selling. They freaking leave their stuff closed so that they can walk around and look at what's selling early. So, you know, Helm of the Gods, that's a couple of bucks. So, you know, if you're not out there combing the flea market, if you're just looking through one thing, you know, people are looking through everything before you. So it behooves you, if someone's like 20 bucks, you know, look real quick, looks good, I'll take it, goodbye. You know, like, that's what you do. So, that's what I did. Sphinx's tutelage, there you go. Couple of bucks, I'll take it. Landlord wastes and a foil. Alright, Hangerback Walker. How much is he nowadays? Like, you know, a couple of bucks, right? Hangerback Walker. I think he keeps getting reprinted, though, so, you know, it's never great. There's a lot of nice rares here. Ah. Nice. So Hangerback is a $20 card still. Sweet. All right. Let's take these, put them back. All right, getting there. Yeah, exactly, Stefan. Lots of minty cards. I'm very happy with the condition of these for flea market cards. Not often is it quality like this, so that was definitely. All right. So let's see what we got in here for 20 bucks. So we got these two Izzet versus Golgari different decks, complete with their rares. And this one's complete with their rares. This is like most of it, but with a couple of good cards. Really, $1 Hangerback at this point? Wow. How the mighty have fallen. Feed the Pack, Farseek, Hellkite, Phoenix, Temporal Mastery, Markov Blade Master, Gem of Becoming, Stensia Bloodhall, some rats, Ravenous Rats, Grafdigger's Cage. Well, we also have these, which are generally $5, but, you know, good luck finding someone to buy them, right? Hallowed Moonlight, Despoiler of Souls, Gideon's Phalanx, Harbinger of the Tides, Tragic Arrogance, Hangerback Failure, Mountain Foil, Landlore Wastes, Pia and Kirin Nelar, Sphinx Tutelage, Languish, Helm of the Gods, Aegis Angel, Mahamodi, Nightmare, Shivan, Terra Stomper, Ojutai's Command, Daring Thief, and Citadel Siege. All right, well, that was the $20 summary right there. Let's put this up here. This, I don't even know what to do with this. I guess just over here. Okay. And the last thing I got was this binder. So it's not that wonderful. I paid $10 though for this, because the guy who got this is a really good guy. He buys, if he ever sees Magic cards, he buys it for me. If you were there in the live stream, you already saw this, because he held it aside in his car until I could look at it, and then he let me look at it in his car, and, you know, privately, before he even, you know, would present it. So I offered what I could on it. It's nothing crazy, but it's awesome. It's old cards, you know, in decent shape. And I offer $10 because there's about $10 in value. There's 2 cards. You know, it's Tempest, it's 4th, 5th, it's Saga, it's you know, Starter 99, Portal 2nd Age, and they're quality cards. So I mean, it's cool to have, but it really, there's not a lot of value in these cards. Like Fireball is $1 or $2, right? You like, these are just a lot of cool old school cards to see. And right now I am not going to pull every one of these out. I will do that at a different time, but we're going to take a look at what's in this binder. Yeah, I agree. It's not a, like, okay, especially you, if you're going to sell every single card as singles, there's a lot of 50-cent cards here. So this is very much value to someone who's going to grind it out on TCG Player. And honestly, I've sold a lot of good cards to people who do that. I sold a couple of, see, you got a Counterspell, it's a couple of bucks. See, there you go, the Heart Sliver. There's a Talon Sliver as well. Muscle Sliver, a couple of bucks, right? The Disruptive Student. You know that's Teferi. This little... That guy is Teferi, so... All them slivers. Hey, I didn't even realize we got limited resources. It's a rare from Exodus. Oh, and Reconnaissance. Hey, that used to be a really, like, decent hit. Okay, this is looking a little bit better than I thought it was. Again, I did this quick at the flea market. Deflection. If you guys were around when this card came out, I don't know if you remember, but this was pretty major card. Like, you could trade that for a dual land for a time when it came out in Ice Age. Remove Soul. Starter 99 card. Twitch. Extinguish. So, you know, a lot of cool cards. Like, why wouldn't I get this? I figure, you know, $10 is like a good price for both of us to make a couple of bucks. So he was okay with that. He just, you know, he got it for me, really. Spike Colony. Hey, another rare. Greener Pastures. Not a lot, but people buy it still. Recon. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's one of those cards. Clot Sliver. Mind Whip Sliver. Now, Ashes to Ashes. Stalking Stones, Maze of Shadows. I wonder what was here. But Goblin Lore, that was one of the cards that made me buy it. I'm like, okay, Goblin Lore's there. That's a few beans, you know. So, all good cards. All good cards. And, like, really good old art, especially stuff like this. Bloodlust, man. Anson Maddox. You know, there's a couple of cards here. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I thought so. So it's the same thing. Okay. You know, you never know. You never know. I watched the flea market and it definitely looks better now. You know, the flea market is like, it can be hit or miss, guys. It really can be. Sometimes. Squeeze Toy. That's one of my favorite cards just because it's a play on words. It's Squeeze Toy. It is a squeeze toy. And, yeah, I like it. Okay. Telethopter. That sounds like like a something you see on public access at 2 in the morning. And we got some Urza's land, some Tron lands, Ice Flow. So, you know, I would have done this every time. It's a good little binder. Good little binder. And then a swamp, or a couple of swamps from Jumpstart for some reason. You never know with these. Could be them crazy dual lands that are like misprinted on top of each other. So this was another $10. So I don't know. What do you think about my flea market scores? People in the chat, but also people watching at home. And people at home, remember to like and subscribe. If you're going to buy any cards today, remember to my TCG Player affiliate link in the description. It is free and easy to use. You click on it, you shop like normal. Otherwise, take care, have a lovely day, and I'll catch you soon. In peace.
That's it, man. Game over, man. Game over. What the fuck are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do?
Maybe we could build a fire, sing a couple of songs, huh? Why don't we try that?